basic tutorial for you today. It's how to do the basic crossover dribble. The crossover dribble has been around for quite some time. It's one of the most entertaining moves in basketball, and it's also just really a really effective move for changing directions and keeping your defenders guessing on which way you're going. And when you mix in some different speed and changes of direction with it, you can really throw your defenders off. So this is a basic one that you can, just the basic crossover that you can work on, so you can get it down and incorporate it in your game, and then from there you can build on working on some other moves to add into your arsenal. But being effective with your moves is number one. So let's just learn how to make sure we know how to do the crossover effectively. Basically, all you're going to be doing is you're going to be dribbling the ball with one hand, right? And to do the crossover, you're going to come, and as the name implies, you're going to cross it over to the other side of your body, like such, okay? So dribbling, crossing over. Basically, I like to think of it as your hands like a pendulum, going back and forth. Notice how both of my hands are kind of swinging together on the crossover. That's something I like to do because if you're being a good ball handler and protecting the ball with your other hand, you should be right by the ball to begin with. Then when you do the crossover, you're just going to swing them both over, okay? So that's all it's going to look like is swinging them both over, and then the ball's going to come into the other hand. One thing to keep in mind, always when you're dribbling, keep the ball in your fingertips. You don't want it touching your palms, and you want to push the ball, okay? So notice on the crossover, when I do the dribble, the ball is only going to leave my hand for a split second because I'm crouched down, my knees are bent, I'm in a nice low position, and as I cross the ball over, my hands are low to the ground, so as the ball leaves one hand and comes into the other, it's only leaving for a split second before it comes into this other hand, okay? So that's what it's going to look like basically from a stationary position, just like that. Here's what's going to look like the other way, okay? Okay, so that's just basically how to do the crossover in the stationary position. From there, in a game type situation, you're going to use it a lot more while you're moving, or you're going to act like you're going to move in one direction, plant that foot, and cross over and go into another direction. So basically, what you want to get down is, once you're able to dribble on the move and all that, all you're going to do is plant your foot and then just do. It'll basically be like a stationary crossover at that point, okay? And you're going to explode into the other direction. Once you really get it down, you'll be able to do it more while on the move, while you're coming, and you don't have to stop and cross. But from time to time, you may want to actually stop and then cross to throw your defender for a loop. Just depends on the game situation and how your defender is playing you. But basically, once you get comfortable with doing it stationary, from there you're going to want to work on being able to do it while on the move, and from there then you're going to start working on your timing, working on doing your regular dribble at different speeds and then your crossover different speeds. If you can variate all these different factors, you can really keep your defenders guessing, and it makes it difficult for them to know what you're doing, which is what you're trying to accomplish. You can really set them up for what you want to do by incorporating changes of direction, changes of speed, and the way you set up the dribbles before. If you guys like this tutorial, make sure you check out my other ones. Also, make sure you check out my Ultimate Breakdown Moves program. It's available on my website. It's a bunch of different crossover type moves and variations, in and out dribbles, things of that nature, different combinations of those dribbles, and how you can use them in games, how do you read your defenders, and how to break them down using all these different moves. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. Thanks. The ball up and then pushing it down real quick.